Hi, I'm back again. It's been a while. I did a big move. My family and me, my family and I, whatever. Poor English, good English, whatever. So we moved to Tennessee. And I tell you, this place is the bomb, riding everywhere. The back roads, it's just awesome. I mean, Colorado has some really nice roads in the mountains and stuff. But back here, it's like every back road, there's just everywhere and they're all paved. It's just actually gorgeous, especially in the fall with all the colors and stuff. So, and I'm riding now, I got heated gear. So, what I'm here for to tell you is I'm working on my Harbor Freight lift again. What happened is my hydraulic jack went out, and I'll get with it and I'll explain more to you right now. Okay, so this is my old pump right here, my hydraulic pump. So this is the area where I was having an issue inside here. And I put some fluid in there that's supposed to soften up the seals, and it just didn't do it. So I put a seal in there. It worked for a while, but my bike is about 900 pounds when you have all the fluids in it. And this is like 1,000-pound capacity, this lift. Anyways, so here it is in here. I got it all in. So I disconnected here and over here. Had it all disconnected. Now this was sitting on its side when I was doing all this stuff so I can get to it. And so I had everything disconnected. You know, the spring was undone, the whole shot. And then it came to one situation. The pins. There's a pin that goes in here, across here. Right? Now, there's grease fittings here. And this time, I'm going to be greasing it up. I didn't. And I thought, it's dry out here. It's not a big deal, right? Well, I'm going to grease these suckers up because they were starting to corrode. They had a little bit of grease in there, but the corrosion was starting. That's my fault. But anyway, some of you may be in that situation where it's just been like that, right? You haven't used it, and you got to change it out. And you may be in this exact situation I was. So let me show you exactly what I did. Okay. You see down in that hole? That's where the pin is. Now, that sinks in there about that much. This only, once I put it in, it only comes up to about that much over the edge. So it looks like it's real close, but you can see when I put my finger, I can put my finger way back in there. So that was the dilemma I had in there. And if it's I couldn't really see any kind of threads or anything in it. So I couldn't think of anything. How am I going to get this out? I'm tapping. I'm trying to move it with the right between here. I was trying to move it, but there's a little gap there. So I was trying to move it. But I thought, I remember using these screws the other day. And I thought, wonder if that would work. So I put it in there and I just cranked it in just a little bit, just enough so it would grab. I didn't want to strip it out because, I didn't want to have a problem on my hands. But I was able to get it in, and I put penetrating oil in there too, and slowly I pried that sucker out, and it slid out. And then I was able to do the same thing on the other side and get the other pin out. And then once it was done, I lubed them back up and popped them back in. So the thing's working fine. As you can see, it's going up in the air. Not a problem. And then here's something else I did because I'm at a different place. Now this is moved over because I wanted to move over for the space to show you guys. But I got these little blocks online. It was one piece right there, but they stick to the floor. So I cleared an area right there. It was really clean at once. And I stuck it down there. So that way, these wheels, when I have it lined up and drive my bike up, like I showed in the other video, it's not going to go pushing forward. Because I tried it in here with the pin down and the whole thing would just slide forward with my bike. So that was the dilemma I had to solve, and that took care of it actually. And, I'm not going to be moving it. Plus it's marked, on each side. That was already there. So I was able to just cut it in half and it worked out great. Anyways, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. All right, I thought I'd throw a real quick one here, video. So I bought these Harbor Freight gloves. These are TIG welding gloves. I was having a problem with my normal gloves, like Harley gloves or aftermarket, right in these areas here on the inside. They were driving me crazy where they're sewn together. They were just bothering my hand. So now my wife has a pair. I got her a pair. Now she's keeping it white because obviously you can see my bike is white and black. That's my favorite part right there. And so she wanted to keep them white. And I thought, you know what? I don't want to drive them with them white. The bike's white. That's enough for me. Too much white. No. Okay. Eventually I'm going to paint this thing. But I got some good dye, some black dye, and dyed them up. And they look really good. You know, they're very comfortable. And they don't have that in the inside of the, right inside here. They're real comfortable. They don't bother my hand anymore. Also, let me show you what else I got. They have winter gloves. All right. They're not winter gloves, actually. They're just regular welding gloves. Let me show you right here. Here's one of them here, the welding gloves. I was out in the weather the other day. It was like 40 degrees. So I wore these, and then I wore a pair of the other TIG gloves inside here. But you can see they're nice and comfortable, and they're the same thing when you wear them. They're very comfortable on your hands. So save some money. Stop at Harbor Freight and get those for riding. Get some good black dye if you don't want them white. And they're just great gloves overall. And it's way cheaper, way cheaper.